Dr. Whooves, A Little Bit Country, Part 1. Interior, TARDIS. Main control room, space. The Doctor is in the process of regenerating and is frantically trying to operate the controls. The stabilizers are failing! Thermal dampeners are overheating! She's burning up! Come on, hold together, sexy! The TARDIS jerks and sends the Doctor flying back. We seem to be spinning out of control, entering the atmosphere of wherever I am. The Doctor reaches for the controls, but they're a little high. Why can't I reach the controls? Did I regenerate into a midget? I have got to get out of the habit of regenerating while crashing. Come on, hands! The Doctor holds out his hoof to see that there is no hand. My hands! They've been severed! No, they haven't formed yet. No, they aren't hands at all. Yes, that's it. I don't have hands. Why don't I have hands? The Doctor stands on all four hooves and starts feeling his new body. Alright, quick check. Let's see. Head, check. Ears, very large, but check. Nose, good gravy. That's quite a schnauzer. Check. Teeth, interesting, but check. Arms. The Doctor goes to stand, but falls back on all fours. I can't seem to keep my balance standing up. Well, I can see my handless arms, so check. Wait a minute. I'm covered in fur. I think I'm a monkey. The Doctor tries to wiggle his tail. No, can't be monkey. Not enough dexterity in the tail. Also, monkeys can't talk. Wait. Fur coat. Arms. Arms covered in fur with no hands, but instead hooves. I'm some sort of hooved creature. But that makes even less sense. The TARDIS jerks violently again. No, hold together. Gotta reach the stabilizer controls. The Doctor awkwardly rises on his hind legs and reaches for a lever on his controls. Almost there. Got it. Now just to pull. Oh, bother. Hands. I need hands. No choice. Gonna have to. Geronimo! The Doctor jumps up and pushes the lever down. He smacks his head into the middle of the control panel and falls down on his butt. The TARDIS settles a little bit, but is still shaking. Occasionally, sparks fly from the controls. That's a girl. Okay, should crash smoothly now. Well, smoothish. Well, smoother than before. Smoothie? No, thank you. Mirror. The Doctor climbs his way back up the controls and stretches his neck towards the hanging mirror. Almost there. Aha! There I am. I'm a donkey. No, ears aren't long enough. I'm a horse. No, not quite large enough. Am I a pony? A red light in the TARDIS flashes and the sound of an alarm goes off. All hands brace for impact. Oh, right, just me. And I don't have hands, so no hands brace for impact. Oh, that's rubbish. I hope no one calls me no hands. And I hope this planet is friendly to sentient equine life forms. Exterior, Sweet Apple Acres, edge of the apple orchard, near the main barn. Night. The TARDIS is laying on its side in a small smoking crater. The Doctor crawls out of the doors of the side of the TARDIS. Well, that could have gone worse. Looks like the TARDIS didn't sustain too much damage. She should be able to fix herself up in an hour or so. Might as well take a look around while I'm waiting. I seem to have landed in some sort of forest. I wonder if anyone lives around here. I'm so hungry. Still regenerating. Got quite an appetite if I do say so myself. And I do. The Doctor hears some rustling of leaves nearby and turns towards the sound. Is anyone there? No response for several seconds. It's alright. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm the Doctor. I come in peace. Still no response after a few seconds. Now that's just plain rude. I've gone and introduced myself and you're still hiding away in the dark. You could at least say hello. If you're in trouble, I can help. I'm the Doctor. You know, my eyes are beginning to actually adjust to the low light. I can see you now. More rustling is heard, and a small figure leaps out from behind some of the trees and into view of the Doctor. The figure has some large cylindrical object in its mouth. Stay back! I got a broom, and I'm not afraid to use it. The Doctor does his best to focus on the small creature as his eyes continue to adjust to the moonlight. Looks like another small equine, like a baby pony. So basically, a baby horse. Can you be a double baby? I'm not a baby. I'm a big pony. Of course you are. Do you live around here? Yes, I do. This is Sweet Apple Acres, my home, and y'all are trespassing.
Well, look at you. You really are a big pony, aren't you? Out here on your own, defending your home just like a grown-up. By the way, I come in peace. Did I say that? If you come in peace, why are you intruding? Oh, well, you see, I didn't mean to intrude. I crashed here. That blue box there, that's my spaceship.
The doctor's face lights up with approval.
Very clever. And how did you deduce that? Did what now? How did you figure that out? Oh, well, I saw a bright light coming from my window, and I looked out and saw what I thought was a shooting star, so I made a wish. But then I saw that the light was heading right for Sweet Apple Acres. I thought it was going to hit the house, but it turned at the last second and landed in the orchard instead. So I thought it was a meteor. I ran downstairs so I could go out and investigate, but I grabbed this here broom just in case for protection. Being cautious, very good. So I snuck out here as quietly as I could, and I saw your smoking wreckage of a spaceship. Hey, that ship is just fine, thank you very much. And what would you say? She has feelings. Feelings? Never mind, long story. What is your name, oh clever defender, Sweet Apple Acres?
The doctor does his best bow as a pony.
You sure are funny, Mr. Doctor. My name's Jacqueline Appleseed. Pleased to meet you. Jacqueline Appleseed. I like that name. Sounds very folktale to me. Oh, and it's just the doctor, not Mr. Just doctor? Doctor what? You mean Doctor Who? No, I said what? But you meant who. You see, when referring to a person, you have to use the qualifier who as opposed to what, as a what refers to an object, and I am a person, so it is most certainly who. And the answer to your question is yes, just doctor. Any other questions? Yes. And what's that? What's person? Ah, I see.
The doctor suddenly keels over in pain. He is belly down on the ground. Jacqueline Appleseed drops her broom and runs over to him.
Doctor, are you okay?
He writhes around a little bit and an orange-tinted glow comes off of his body.
Are you hurt? Anything I can do to help? No, I'm fine. I'm still regenerating. What's regenerating? Long story.
You know a lot of long stories, Doctor.
You have no idea, my little equine friend. Long story short, I'm hungry. I need food. Lots of it. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? We have lots of food. Come on, I'll take you back to the barn. Brilliant. Wait, you live in a barn? Hey, it's a very nice barn, and if you don't like it, you can just eat elsewhere.
Jacqueline Appleseed turns her head up in contempt.
My apologies. I'm sure your barn is quite lovely. Yes, indeed. Equine creatures' barns. Makes sense, I suppose. Lead on, Miss Appleseed.
Interior, Apple family kitchen, night. The doctor is sitting awkwardly at the table, constantly trying to adjust himself to sitting in a chair in a pony body. Jacqueline Appleseed is gathering food items from around the kitchen and placing them in front of the doctor.
Apple fritter, apple pie, apple brown Betty, applesauce, apple cobbler, candy apples, upside-down apple cake, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Did you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Yep. Sounds atrocious. Try it.
The doctor tasted.
It's atrocious. Try eating something else.
The doctor takes a bite of the pie. He struggles grasping it with his hoof and resorts to plowing his face into it.
What'd you think? Terrible. Next. You didn't have to ruin the whole pie if you didn't like it.
The doctor keeps eating in an essy manner.
Garbage. Awful. Hideous and awful. Is this one food? Anything else? Just this one last thing, I suppose.
The doctor tastes the last item on the table.
How is it? Quite good. Really? No, it's terrible. There's just no pleasing you, is there, Doctor? I can't help it if the food tastes bad. This is a new form for me, and I haven't figured out what I like yet. It must be the apples. Yes, I hate apples. Do you have anything that doesn't have apples? Not really. Why is every food item in this house made of apples? Because this is Sweet Apple Acres. It's an apple orchard. Oh, right. Did I just get schooled by a grade school pony? First time for everything, I suppose. Wait, your ponies, don't you have hay or oats or something like that? Maybe I'll like that. Oh, yeah, it's in the other barn. Wait here, I'll go get some.
Jacqueline Appleseed runs outside.
Something about this house, barn, whatever it is off. Blast, I wish I had my screwdriver with me. I've got to think. Obviously, the primary sentient species of the planet is horses, or ponies, or pony horses or something. But why are they sentient? I've never heard of such creatures anywhere in the universe. And why did they regenerate into one? Unless I'm not in my universe at all. No, couldn't be. I've been in parallel universes. I've even been outside the universe. But a new universe altogether seems a little bonkers. But if this is some sort of pony equine dominant universe, it would explain why I've regenerated into a pony instead of a humanoid. But it doesn't explain how I got here.
Jacqueline Appleseed runs back in the kitchen with a bale of hay and sets it on the table.
Here, ate this.
The doctor samples the hay and nods.
Good? No. You know, it's rude to come into somebody else's home and refuse to eat their food. It's also rude to let your house guests starve. I'll try to see if there's anything else.
Jacqueline Appleseed scrambles around the kitchen for some more food.
All I can find is this cake battery and some celery stalks. I'm sorry, it's the best I can do. Please don't starve.
The doctor smiles and pets Jacqueline on the head with his hoof.
Don't fret, my dear.
The doctor takes the bowl of celery and cake batter from her.
This will have to do.
He dips the celery into the batter and takes a bite.
Hey, not bad. Not bad at all.
The doctor devours the stalks and batter in a few seconds. Jacqueline Appleseed smiles from ear to ear.
Let me go get some more.
Jacqueline goes and finds all the celery and all the cake batter and gives it to the doctor.
Yes. Excuse me. So, tell me about your family. Who lives here with you? Well, there's my Granny Smith, my big brother Big Macintosh, and my baby sister Apple Bloom. She's only 3 months old. What about your parents? Where are they? I don't have any parents. It's just the 4 of us. You have a 3-month-old sister and no parents. Where'd they go? What happened? Nothing happened. I just don't have any. Jacqueline, that's impossible. Everyone has parents. You have to come from somewhere, and that somewhere is parents. So what happened to them? Did they die? Did they have to go away? I understand if it hurts to talk about it, but sooner or later, you have to face it and move on. It's part of growing up. Nothing like that, Doctor. I just don't have parents. I see. Well, enough about that. What about me? Any questions you have for me? Do I? Tell me about your spaceship and being from outer space. What are other space ponies like? Are they nice like you? What planet did you come from? How big is the universe? The universe is enormous, bigger than you can imagine, and I travel all over it in my blue box. And you know what else? What's that, Doctor? It can travel through time as well.
Jacqueline's eyes light up like heartwarming Eve's decorations.
Wow! No, why?
Why?
That's so cool.
Why cool?
I wish I could see the universe and visit other planets and other times. It sounds like fun. Oh, it is fun. So much fun. In fact, why don't you come with me? I can't. I got chores to do around here. And school. I have to go to school in the morning. I wish I didn't have to go to school. I hate school. It's so boring. Hey, school is very important. You should always do your best in school. If you say so, Doctor. I really do wish I could go with you, but Granny Smith and Big Mac would be worried sick if I just up and went. Jacqueline, it's a time machine. We can leave tonight, spend as much time exploring the universe as we want, and have you right back here in time for school in the morning. What do you say? Well, that's a mighty big decision. Can I think about it for a bit? Absolutely. Take all the time you accept. Need. Very well. Pack everything you need and follow me back into the orchard. We have some adventures to go on. Yay! Maybe I finally get my cutie mark. What's a cutie mark? Oh yeah, you're an alien so you don't know. A cutie mark is a mark that shows up on your flank. On your bum? Yeah, it represents your special talent. I haven't found mine yet, so I don't have one. Wait a minute. You do have one. How can you not know about it?
The doctor looks over at his flank and sees his mark.
Oh, so I do. An hourglass. Makes sense, I suppose, seeing as I'm a time traveler and all. Well, Miss Appleseed, I'm going to go do a test run of the TARDIS just to make sure she's repaired herself properly. TARDIS? Time and relative dimension in space. Long story, I'll explain later. Meet me right outside the barn in 5 minutes. Yay, I'm going on an adventure!
Jacqueline runs upstairs to gather her things.
Oh, my little pony. Something is terribly wrong with you and this house. But I swear, I'm going to figure out what it is and fix it.
Dr. Whooves, A Little Bit Country, Part 2. Exterior, just outside the main barn at Sweet Apple Acres. Night. The TARDIS appears in the middle of the front yard. The doctor comes out smiling and humming a tune.
She's running as beautifully as ever. I'm always so astonished at how quickly the TARDIS can recover despite all she's been through. All she needed was a quick loop around the nearest nebula and voila! Now for a delightful school night excursion.
The doctor looks around.
Where's that Jacqueline? It has to have been at least 5 minutes. Oh, before I forget, sonic screwdriver. No way I'm going to miss the opportunity to scan this place twice.
The doctor goes back into the TARDIS and closes the door. When he steps back out, he sees the filly standing a few feet away in the dark.
Oh, there you are, Jacqueline. I was worried you'd be late or have fallen asleep or some nonsense like that. Don't mind me, I'm just going to scan the area real quick. No big deal, normal procedure and such.
The doctor waves a screwdriver around with his hoof as it lights up and makes noise.
This is a sonic screwdriver, by the way. Long story, very complicated. I'll explain later. I notice you haven't packed anything. Planning on roughing it, I see. I like your spirit of adventure. Also, there's something different about you. Did you do something to your hair while I was out? Who are you? I'm the doctor. I've told you several times now. Did you really forget my name in 5 minutes? See, this is why you have to pay attention in school. Retention is just awful in kids these days. At least I think it is. In this universe. Maybe. Actually, I think that may be a trans-universal academic constant. I just made that term up. I'm good at making up fancy-sounding terms, you know. I should write textbooks for liberal arts colleges, and you're not Jacqueline Appleseed at all, are you? Nope. What is your name? I'm Applebloom. Applebloom. Why do I feel like I know that name from somewhere? Is someone behind you? Intruder! Hello, I'm the...
An adult mare jumps out from the shadows, lands, and bucks the doctor into the TARDIS. He hits the door with his backside and slides down to the ground on his butt.
What'd you do that for?
Applebloom, go back inside right now and lock the door. I'll take care of this.
But sis, I think he...
Don't argue with me, just do as I say. Applebloom grumbles and walks back to the door. She keeps the door open and watches from the doorframe. You've got some explaining to do, mister. How dare you show your face around here?
I'm sorry, have we met? Why did you kick me?
Both ponies are quiet for a few seconds. The mysterious mare can be heard sobbing quietly as she tries to hide it. I waited for you.
Beg your pardon?
I waited all night for you, but you never came back.
Oh no, Jacqueline Appleseed, I am so...
It's not Jacqueline Appleseed anymore. I go by Applejack now.
Applejack? What happened to Jacqueline Appleseed? I liked that name.
It sounded a bit too folktale.
Applejack, I am so very sorry.
Sorry? You're sorry? I waited outside 2 days for you. I missed school and wouldn't eat. They had to drag me back into the house, kicking and screaming. They told me you weren't real. They said I made you up in my head. I went from doctor to doctor, real doctors, mind you. They all said the same thing. They told me I was crazy and dangerous to myself. My family was embarrassed, ashamed of me even. I kept insisting you were real and that you'd come back someday. The strange pony from space in his blue box. It took me years to get over you. I finally let it go and convinced myself I made it up. That I had an overactive imagination, that's all. And here you come, years later, like nothing ever happened. Well, something sure happened to me. And I want to know exactly what you have to say for yourself, mister.
Does it help my case that it's only been about 5 minutes for me?
You get one more try at that, mister, and then I buck you again.
I tried. I really thought I was coming back at the right time, but you have to understand that TARDIS sort of has a mind of its own. Well, more like a soul of its own. Anyway, it sometimes brings me somewhere different, or in this case, somewhere different than I expect. And I hurt you. I hurt you, and I know I can never give those years back to you, but at least give me the chance to make it up to you. I can still make good on my promise. What do you say? Do you forgive me? The doctor gives his best but still awkward smile.
Apple Bloom?
Yes, sis?
Get my rope.
Oh, bugger. Okay, Applejack.
Also, you're grounded for disobeying me.
What? That is so not fair.
Apple Bloom runs off to grab the rope.
Don't suppose we can just grab a pint and talk things out, can we? Oh, look at you. All grown up and practically in the blink of an eye from my perspective. You're not the first who's had to wait for me. I'd like to say I've never made this mistake before, but I have. I don't suppose that excuses very much. It gets lonely travelling through time and space all by yourself. I like to find some mates along the way every now and then, but they're all gone now. Well, they're fine, nothing bad happened to them. Well, recently anyway. But this universe of yours is new to me, and you were the first person, pony I've met, and I've already hurt you so much. Stupid doctor.
Ain't you gonna try and run away? Get in your box and fly to safety? When Apple Bloom gets back with that rope, I'm gonna tie you up real good, I mean it.
Go ahead, Applejack. I've hurt so many people. Maybe I should be tied up for a while so I don't hurt anyone else.
People, person, everyone. You look like a pony, but you keep saying words like that, both then and now. What kind of alien are you anyway? Why do you look like us?
I'm a Time Lord. It's a long story, very complicated.
Don't you dare say you'll explain later. You'll explain right now.
Very well. I'm a Time Lord, the last of my kind. They all died out. Also a long story, and I promise you don't want me to get into that right now. Anyway, we Time Lords look very similar to another species called humans, so I'll just describe them instead. Humans are an intelligent bipedal creature from another universe. You see, bipedal means
that they stand on two legs and have claws instead of hooves. What are you looking so surprised for? You're the pony you told me to pay more attention in school. I didn't enjoy it much, but I learned as much as I could stand, hoping one day you'd come back and I could impress you. Applejack looks away embarrassed. The doctor finally smiles again.
Well, I am impressed. You did that just for me.
Well, don't make a big deal out of it, will you? You're making me turn red. Apple Bloom comes running back and drops the rope next to her sister.
Here you go, Applejack. Are you going to tie him up like a vermin? He seems nice and all, but he did make you upset, didn't he? How long have you known him? It sounds like it's been a while since you've seen him.
Apple Bloom, go put the rope away.
But I ran all the way to the South Barn to get this.
Well, you can run back now. We don't need it anymore. Thank you for running and getting it, though. Applejack rubs Apple Bloom's mane and places her hat on Apple Bloom's head. Tell you what, you be a good filly and run this rope back to the South Barn, and I'll think about shortening your grounding, okay?
You got a deal!
Apple Bloom grins from ear to ear and runs off with the rope and the hat still on her head.
I said I'd think about it!
That filly only hears what she wants to.
She reminds me of another little one I met recently.
You want to know what finally made me stop waiting for you? It was her, Doctor. The other doctors wanted to send me to a special school where they could help me. What they meant was a crazy folks' home. Granny Smith didn't want to do it, and Big Macintosh wasn't too keen on it either, but they were worried about me. I was so sure you were real and would come back. Seeing you now, I know I was right all along, but from their standpoint, I can understand what they must have been going through. Then Apple Bloom said her first word. Want to know what it was?
Mama?
Doctor. See, that's when I knew it wasn't just about me anymore. I was hurting other ponies by holding on to my little fantasy. No offense.
Oh, none taken. I've been called much worse.
I didn't want Apple Bloom to grow up with the same delusions and heartache that I did. So I let it go. That's the day that the doctor went back into my imagination forever. And you see, Doctor, that's why I can't travel with you. I appreciate that you came back. In fact, I thank you. Because now Applejack hears the sound of the doctor's screwdriver and turns around. Are you even listening to me?
Yes, I'm a figment of your imagination. I heard every word. You see this doohickey that I'm holding? It's called a sonic screwdriver. Long story short, it tells me when something is weird or off. And something is certainly off in that direction right now.
The doctor points a sonic screwdriver behind Applejack. Applejack's face goes pale.
You're pointing south, right where the southern barn is. Apple Bloom's over there. There's a saying I have for situations just like this one. What's that? Run!
The doctor trots off towards the southern barn. Applejack follows quickly after and overtakes him.